Hey everyone, it's me, Crystal Ann Mitchell. I see that y'all been viewing that last video of story time, so I see that y'all really interested in dreams and visions and stuff like that. But I just want to let you know that uh, I appreciate you all for watching me, first of all, and I just want you to know that just because if you don't have dreams, I don't want you to think that people that have those types of spiritual gifts is more important or God loves them more or whatnot. Because, like I said before, you know what I'm saying? Most of us, I'm pretty sure, because I know, especially for me. And then when I come across other people, like they say that it is a blessing and a curse, but then you have some that just look at it as a blessing, because it is things that we do not want to see. And and it could be also that he figured that you can't bear it, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, people that have those visions that could just be just looking at you. And I want you to also understand, to know that just because I have dreams, you know what I'm saying, I can't be going around doing stuff because somebody else, it could be spiritual and see something, you know what I'm saying, with me, so it don't exempt us as well of somebody else. And that's the thing, you don't know who's really have these gifts, because a lot of people don't like to come forward. I've noticed with me doing my studies on this, because they don't want to be labeled as weird, crazy, you know what I'm saying, all this other stuff. So a lot of people don't like to come forward about their gifts, because they don't want people to look at them strange. And so yeah, but there's other gifts as well, you know what I'm saying, your intuition, uh discernment, you know what I'm saying. And I mean, God speaks to us, communicates with us different ways. And so I remember that when I told you that I didn't go into depth, so I'm pretty sure y'all probably would want to know, like, how do they really come? So sometimes I know with me, it'll be little glimpses, you know what I'm saying? And I'll wake myself up. And then I had told you before that the devil sometimes manipulates. So if you go back to my video, or if you recall the video of what she did for evil, God turned around for good, where the girl stood me up and I had to go down there in LA thinking that I was gonna be down there doing my little book being on speaker selling my books, only for me to run into the people in the film industry. So about a year before that, I had a dream how I was on a corner. I was on this corner, and I wasn't really specific in that one, but I was on the corner. It was in the daytime. I was on the corner, and the buildings was big. It was like Cincinnati, but much taller. It was much bigger. So I knew it wasn't Cincinnati, but that was the only way that I could see it. And then there was a man across the street, and I was on the corner next to a police, and there was a man across the street, and he just pointed his gun and started shooting at me, and I woke up. You know what I'm saying? And it just scared me. You know what I'm saying? And then when that dream happened, I was supposed to go to Texas and did something, be on a little show or whatnot, and it had got canceled. And they was like, "But let's still go." And that dream had happened, and I'm not about to push anything. You know what I'm saying? I look at it as, like I said, I try to look at it as God's delays and whatever stops. I look at it as not trying to push it. The trip was already paid for, but some didn't sit well in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, 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 no. So, come to find out, that situation happened, except for the man shooting, you know what I'm saying? But that's how the devil manipulates. So I was so scared to go outside that I could have missed out on that opportunity. And it wasn't until I was looking at my pictures, you know what I'm saying? And then you can see as well, then I got a short clip of my trip to LA, where you could see how I was on the corner and there was the police and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how he manipulates. But I got this other dream that I want to tell you about. But before I go to that, of how the devil manipulates, but I don't want to tell the dream, because I believe that's how I be attacked too. Uh, with these attacks, because you do. Anybody that's a dreamer or anything, when something is going on, you know what I'm saying, with your dreams, You got to be careful because I'm telling you, that enemy will come. And if you go back to that story of Joseph, how he was telling his family, his brothers, him and the daddy, how he had a dream they was bowing down to him. And you see what the brothers did to him. Going to kill him. They sold him into slavery. But the dream came true. He had to go through all of what he went through, the suffering and everything, for him to become who he was to become. So that is to show you that, you can't tell everybody your dream. And of course they was jealous because of the father, who was his father's favorite. And so, but I want to tell you about this dream of the Western Diggers. So sometimes when they come in threes, I most definitely look out for them. And so with that dream of uh, the when I was on the corner, I had this dream that I was in I was jumping out of somebody's window, and as I jumped out this person's window, it was two huge snakes. It was two huge snakes, and there was like a female and a male snake. And you know how like you just know things in your dream. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just and then the female snake started striking me. I mean, she kept on and kept on, probably about 3, 4 times, and I'm trying to dodge, but they so huge, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to dodge, and then as I'm running away, you know what I'm saying? I run into somebody, and then they talking to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm trying to, you know, talk to them, and then I leave them because I'm like, I gotta get to a hospital because I'm gonna die. You know what I'm saying? If I don't, and then somebody else would come and they would stop me, and I'll be talking to them, and I woke up. So I had a dream that I jumped out the window of a person's window, got bit by two snakes, and then after that, had a dream of driving. And so when I was driving, I had I had hit something, and then I got out of my car, and then when I got out of my car to see what it was, I see a white woman and a white man looking through they was inside my car. And as weird as that is, because I don't even know how that is, but where the engine part is, they was in and then where the grill of my car is, you can see them looking through, so I could see them to know that they was white, and uh, one was a man and one was a woman. And I'm looking at them because I'm like, oh my goodness, so that's monitoring tracked, uh, that's what I got from the dream. And then the third dream was uh, with the me being on the corner. So so it was another reason why I was scared, because I had these three dreams and it was just scary. And so the persons that I had jumped out of the window, okay, and this is to show you that with spiritual people, with them dreams, you gotta be careful with people with spiritual gifts, because God will try to warn us. He will warn us. He will tell us. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I don't really like being with guys and stuff like that, because with my son's father, he would give me all types of dreams, and then I'll wake him up, right? And he'll be just looking straight forward because God did already tell me. He know that I wasn't lying. He was just looking straight forward. So I'm going back. So the guy that was on the way to remember I was telling you that I was gonna be meeting a guy there at LA that was going to meet me because I haven't seen him, and I was supposed to go to LA the first time, and so I didn't go, and so he was supposed to come, and I was like, well, okay, but in the dream it was his window that I jumped out of. And I was just thinking, like, why was I jumping out his window? And why was there a woman snake and a man snake? Like, and I just was like, I don't know. Nah, I was just jumping out his window. So then after that, I had was about to go. And see, 3 years, well, when I was supposed to went to LA that time, prior before, I had this letter that was like, God, it was just basically like, the letter was just basically like, it was just the divine. It was just divine. That was it. Like, God didn't mean nothing for it, but it was just like a Bishop T.D. Jakes, and I'm trying to tell you, I cannot find this video to save my soul. And so when I was little, you know how God's talking to you through somebody else? And sometimes I would have to write stuff down. Like I would write down when I was with my son's father, I would write down on a piece of paper. So this could be good advice for any of you all. But I would write down it was this saying, and I don't know who it was by, I can't remember. But it was like, once you accept the truth, no matter how heartbreaking and painful it may be, you'll stop wasting time with the wrong person. And I would have this on my mirror and I would look at it every single day. And I would read it to myself every time. It's just so it can, get it programmed in my mind. And so that's basically when I heard the sermon, and I was just like, so I wrote it down. So it was just something that, I could tell myself every time. So, years that went by, about 3 years that went past, and yeah, about 3, 4 years went past, and he's trying to come, and then I was like, okay, and I'm straightening up my little office area because my cousin's gonna be staying at my house, and I just want